महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा पितुमात स्वामी सखा हमारे पितुमात स्वामी सखा हमारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा पितुमात स्वामी सखा हमारे तुम हो हमारे हम हैं तुम्हारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा गीता पढ़ूं मैं गीता सुनूं मैं गीता के मन से चर्चा करूं मैं हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा राधे कृष्णा 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 राधे Krishna 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 Radhe Krishna 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 Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Bol Banke Bihari Lal Ki Jai माई मेरी जगदिया जोता वाली माता वाली सदा ही जय। थैंक यू
चंदन जी, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
सावित्री जी, आप भजन गाएंगे? सावित्री जी?
Yeah, namaste. Probably next one I'll prepare. Somebody else can do right now.
Okay, मासी जी।
मासी जी अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर दीजिए।
I'll do the next one. मैं बुक उठा रहा हूँ। मेरे को मालूम नहीं था कि आज भजन है, so I'll do it. After this I'll do it.
Okay.
अरुण जी आप गाइए ना। आप गा दीजिए।
Okay, I can do it.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you. गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम गजमुख वरदा गणपति ओम गजमुख वरदा गणपति
गणपति
ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम मूषिक वाहन गजानना मूषिक वाहन गजानना मोदक हस्त गजानना मोदक हस्त गजानना परम निरंजन गजानना परम निरंजन गजानना पाद नमोस्तुते गजानना
गणपति
गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम गजमुख वरदा गणपति ओम मूषिक वाहन गजानना मोदक हस्त गजानना परम निरंजन गजानना पाद नमोस्तुते गजानना पाद नमोस्तुते गजानना गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम
मूषिक वाहन गणपति।
थैंक यू सावित्री जी। मासी जी?
ओके। दर्शन दो घन श्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घन श्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे दर्शन दो घनश्याम, मन मंदिर की ज्योति जला दो, मन मंदिर की ज्योति जला दो, घट घट बासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम। मंदिर मंदिर मूरत तेरी फिर भी न दिखे, थोड़ा मैं धीरे करती हूँ, बहुत ऊंची हो गई है।
हाँ, श्योर श्योर।
मंदिर मंदिर मूरत तेरी फिर भी न दिखे सूरत तेरी, मंदिर मंदिर मूरत तेरी फिर भी न दिखे सूरत तेरी, युग बीते ना आई मिलन की पूर्णमासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम। द्वार दया का जब तू खोले, पंचम सुर में गूंगा बोले, द्वार दया का जब तू खोले, पंचम सुर में गूंगा बोले, अंधा देखे लंगड़ा चल कर पहुँचे काशी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम। पानी पी कर प्यास बुझाऊं, नैनन को कैसे समझाऊं, पानी पी कर प्यास बुझाऊं, नैनन को कैसे समझाऊं, आँख में चोनी छोड़ो अब तो घट घट बासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरी अखियां प्यासी रे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम। जय श्री कृष्ण।
वेरी नाइस उषा जी।
मैंने असल में अभी खाना खाया, सुबह से गई हुई थी, अभी खाना खाया तो थोड़ी आवाज कांप रही थी।
आशा जी
वेरी वेरी नाइस। बहुत अच्छा गाया, फिर भी आपने इतना सांस फो रहा था आपका, बहुत अच्छा गाया।
अभी खाना खाया, अभी चाय पी रही थी,
उसी लिए हो जाता है।
आशा मेरा मैंने देखी थी।
हाँ जी, आई है वो। हाँ जी, मैंने उनको मैंने टेक्स्ट किया है कि आप भजन गाइए इनके बाद। नजर नहीं आ रही है,
नजर आ गए जी, आ गए।
गाइए।
मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन, मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन, आदत बुरी संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। आदत बुरी संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन। नजरों में तेरे दोष है दुनिया निहारता। नजरों में तेरे दोष है दुनिया निहारता। समता का अंजन डाल लो बस हो गया भजन। समता का अंजन डाल लो बस हो गया भजन। आदत बुरी संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन। तुझको भी जो बुरा कहे कर उसको तू क्षमा। तुझको भी जो बुरा कहे कर उसको तू क्षमा। वाणी के सुर संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। वाणी के सुर संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। आदत बुरी संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। ये महल माड़ियाँ न तेरे साथ जाएंगे। ये महल माड़ियाँ न तेरे साथ जाएंगी। मिथ्या का भाव डाल लो बस हो गया भजन। मिथ्या का भाव डाल लो बस हो गया भजन। मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन। आया था तू कहाँ से, आया था तू कहाँ से और जाएगा कहाँ। आया था तू कहाँ से और जाएगा कहाँ। इतना ही मन विचार लो बस हो गया भजन। इतना ही मन विचार लो बस हो गया भजन। मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन। अनमोल ब्रह्मानंद को जो ढूंढना चाहो। अनमोल ब्रह्मानंद को जो ढूंढना चाहो। घट घट में हरि निहार लो बस हो गया भजन। घट घट में हरि निहार लो बस हो गया भजन। आदत बुरी संभाल लो बस हो गया भजन। मन की तरंग मोड़ लो बस हो गया भजन।
वेरी
थैंक
नाइस,
यू।
वेरी
धन्यवाद आशा जी। इससे पहले हम अगला भजन शुरू करें तो मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज भावना जी और उषा भगीरथ और मैं हम तीनों गए थे टेम्पल साइट पे देखने के लिए कि काम कैसे चल रहा है।
अच्छा जी।
तो आपके आशीर्वाद से, आपकी गुड विशेस से, आपकी सपोर्ट से काम बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है। और फॉर्चुनेटली आज कॉन्ट्रैक्टर भी वहाँ ही था, देव। तो भावना जी ने उससे भी बात करी तो बोलता सामान जैसे जैसे आता जाएगा वो तैयार करता, मतलब काम करता जाएगा। बोलता सामान की दिक्कत नहीं हो तो, और कहता मैक्सिमम जो है लगता है 6 महीने पूरा होने को लग सकते हैं।
ओह माय
तो
गॉड, ओह माय।
लेकिन मुझे भगवान पे ऐसा विश्वास है कि हमारा 4 महीने में काम हो जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि जैसे ये थोड़ा सप्लाई फास्ट चलेगी तो काम भी फास्ट शुरू हो जाएगा। तो ये आपको रिपोर्ट करना चाहता था। भावना जी।
थैंक यू जी।
He did say, you know, it all also depends on the weather and availability of the materials. And availability of the materials means because of the COVID pandemic, you know, it's difficult to get people to deliver the materials. यही तो दिक्कत हो रही थी कि जगदीश जी ने और ट्रस्टीज ने सारे materials order कर दिए थे, लेकिन लोग मिल ही नहीं रहे थे कि डिलीवर करें उनको, क्योंकि they were afraid to come back to work. So that is why there was almost more than a month delay in getting the construction started again. So given the conditions that we are in right now, I think 6 months is a good estimate. It should be completed. But with prayers and with faith, hopefully we can make it happen a little bit earlier. Who knows? लेकिन बन तो जाएगा जरूर. बस हमारे सबकी हमारी
है तो जरूर
श्रद्धा की
बनेगा और
बात
जल्दी
है.
जरूर बनेगा।
और
आप
जल्दी भी
बिल्कुल जरूर बनेगा, बनेगा, मंदिर तो बनेगा। क्योंकि ये उसका जो राइट टाइम है ना, वही उसी वक्त पे वो बनेगा, देख लेना। क्योंकि भगवान को पता है कि इस वक्त पेंडेमिक चल रहा है, कोई ज्यादा बाहर भी नहीं आ पाता है, इसीलिए वो अपना टाइम लगा के उसको बना रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल।
जरूर
मान लीजिए एक परीक्षा है हमारे श्रद्धा की.
बिल्कुल 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 परीक्षा है, बिल्कुल परीक्षा है।
वो कहते हैं भगवान बोलता है मैंने मंदिर बंद किए हैं लेकिन हर घर में मंदिर बन गया,
हर घर में मंदिर बन गया, ये तो है जी जी। थैंक यू सो मच अरुण जी फॉर गिविंग ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन।
ओके, तो डॉक्टर कपाडिया आ गए हैं,
तो उनको शुरू करने दीजिए अब।
And we have been talking with Dr. Kapadia about maybe doing this. Today he's going to continue the discourse that he had started last time on the meaning of Vedanta, and he will hopefully finish that today. But starting the next session, it will be once every 2 weeks. And if not, we are going to also be moving this session to Thursdays. So he had a request कि Thursday को हम करें, तो Thursday तो Friday के बिना हम Thursday को करेंगे. जतिन भाई कितना वागे तमा कर लूँ Thursday?
We'll start from 7:30 to 9, but last 15 minutes will be question answer. Okay. So we will begin at sharp 7:30, and it will be starting the 10th of September, and I'll be doing every Thursday until the book is finished, and it will take approximately up to Christmas, or between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we will finish the book. And then we will see which book to take, Bhagavad Gita or something else, and how frequently. Because people keep insisting that we should continue every week, so we break the link. If we meet only twice a month, then we forget what we talked about previous time. Okay. So once we
whoever is interested and whoever can join, because the temple has other programs also that we are planning, and our Tuesday and Friday programs will generally continue. The Friday might get shifted over to Saturday depending on the dates and the tithi of various events that happen, but those events will continue. This will be an additional program every Thursday. So just thank you so much. Dr. Kapadia has shared one book which is available from Chinmaya Mission for $5. It's a very nominal price. So I will send that link out by email, so you will all get it and you can purchase it, and that might make it easier to follow along. So it is now 6:26. Dr. Kapadia, let me know when you want to start. I think you said 6:30. I think you're still waiting for some of your people to join, right?
Right. Some more people will join.
So,
Hari Om, Jatin ji.
I'm sorry.
Hari Om.
Can you give the name of the book again?
Yes, I'm going to do that right now. Arun ji, हमारे जो आते हैं programs, उनके बारे में जरा बताइए उनको in the meantime.
एक
I just put the name of the book and the place that you can buy it from in the chat box. You can get it from there. It's called Drig Drishya Vivek.
Vivek.
Dr. Saab, you said last time Beena had said who wants it, we raised our hands. Is that a different batch? You already got
No,
it?
it's the same book. It's the same book. And those who want it from me,
Yes.
I have 20 books with me.
Yes.
And I think 15 people have already asked for, and I still have 4 or 5 books left over. And
There was one of me. One was me, Savitri.
yeah,
Yes,
I wrote
yes.
it down. I will mail it to you in next 1 or 2 days.
No problem. Thank you. I just didn't want to order again if we, if
No. Once you gave me the name, your book will be in your house.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, Dr. Kapadia, this Thursday program, you had mentioned that Beena, your daughter Beena, or your niece,
Niece.
managing the Zoom link. So if you could give her my phone number, then I can set her up with the link through the temple for the Zoom.
I think Beena is on the line. You can talk.
She's on the line right now.
You spoke to her last week also.
Okay.
Is she there now?
Yeah.
She's there.
Yeah,
right?
I see her there. Yes.
Yeah.
So Beena, I'm going to put my phone number in the chat box to you, and you can please call me and we can just discuss.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what is and if you could just reply back with your phone number, then that would be great, just to me.
And
my
you want to talk a little bit about some of the programs that we are planning? We had a meeting yesterday.
हाँ जी तो सबसे पहले कपाड़िया साहब आपको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम, हरिओम। तो हमारा जो नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम है वो संडे को है 5 से 7 गणेश चतुर्थी विसर्जन। तो डॉक्टर वैद्या जो है वो पूजा करवाएंगे और उसके बाद फिर थर्सडे तो कपाड़िया साहब का है और 4th को हम लोग टेम्पल साइट पे हवन कर रहे हैं बाय जितेंद्र और राकेश अभी जी। और नेक्स्ट होगा ट्यूसडे सितंबर 8 अब रेगुलर हनुमान चालीसा। फिर थर्सडे कपाड़िया साहब का और सितंबर 11 हिंदू संस्कृति समागम evening dedicated for 9/11 martyrs. Wednesday, September 16th, which is the पितृ विसर्जन फाइनल श्राद्ध जो है, तो उसके लिए हम प्लान कर रहे हैं। तो जो मुझे पता है कि इंडिया में तो बहुत लोग अपने बड़ों के लिए करते हैं श्राद्ध, तो वो है।
और अक्टूबर में हम माता की चौकी भी कर रहे हैं।
हाँ जी।
और 9/11 के लिए हम just like we did the making of the Ganesh idol, we are planning to do something very interactive. So stay tuned for that, and that will be September 11th. और नवरात्रि के लिए भी, और Sunday October 11th, the Indus Malik School, Rajini Chaudhary and her Indus Malik School will be coming back with another performance. So we have a lot of programs lined up. I'll be sending out in the email a calendar right up to the end of October. Abhi tak humne line up kiya hai. And let's get started. It's already 6:31. So with that.
So let me share the screen.
Yeah. Okay. So let me make you a host, a co-host. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Kapadia. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's go back to the first slide. Yes, yes.
Do you want?
So let me begin from last talk. This is Advaita Vedanta that we are trying to learn. Why do we have to know Advaita Vedanta? And what's the purpose? So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that if we talk about the four Purusharth that all men should do, that includes all women, in different sequence, but Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. We all follow Dharma all throughout our life. We all earn money, Artha, because we want to be comfortable when we retire. We all have Kama, the desires, and we get married, have children and grandchildren and house and car and all the amenities around. So all of us follow first three, Dharma, Artha, Kama. But the most important is the last one, Moksha. And a lot of us either don't know or don't work hard enough or don't care what it is. And that is the reason why we keep being born again and again and again. So we have been born many, 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 many times in the past, and we continue to be born again as long as we don't understand or we don't get the moksha. So to get the moksha, Lord Krishna explains it to Arjuna. He's teaching, there are 18 yogas in Bhagavad Gita, but the three most important are Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So we started talking about Karma Yoga last time, and I will summarize quickly. So Karma Yoga includes three most important items, which include Nishkam Karma. That means we must do Janaseva. Even in Bhagavatam, Lord explains it very clearly that, say, Brahmaji started creating the universe, and once he created certain number of people initially, he said that I want you to grow, but share and grow. That is the Karma Yoga. That means Nishkam Karma. That means Jana Seva. That means volunteer work. That means helping the other people out. That is Nishkam Karma. Ishwar Arpana means that we must dedicate all the actions to the Lord. We are doing the actions, but Lord is the real doer, and we are appointed by the Lord to do our action. And the last is Prasad Buddhi. That means whatever is the result of the action, we must accept it as a Bhagwan's Prasad, because he's the only one who gives us the Prasad. If we work, that means we must win and we must succeed. There is no such thing. There are some people who work very, very hard and they never succeed, and very infrequently they have victory. So these three includes, and what is commonly known as Karma Yoga. What does Karma Yoga do? It removes our impurities, and our impurities are desires, anger, greed, delusion, ego, and jealousy, and dvesh, that is discrimination. So these are our impurities, and more karma yoga we do, more and more our impurities are automatically reduced and removed. So then we talked about Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga includes bhakti or puja, love for the Lord, japa, and dhyanam, which is upasana. Bhakti Yoga's end result is chitta ekagrata. That means we develop the capacity to concentrate. With Karma Yoga, we have a pure mind. With Bhakti Yoga, we have ability to concentrate. These two are necessary to understand Jnana. So you are right now trying to build the temple. So of course you are going to be attending that different events at the temple. All of that is included in the bhakti. Bhakti is love for the Lord. Puja is one way. By the time you develop, it might be 1 year, 2 years, but you can also certainly do puja at home. Puja can be done in 1 minute or in 20 minutes. There are 16-step puja, which takes about 20, 25 minutes. But hurriedly 1 minute puja can be done every morning before we go to work. But keeping the Lord in mind makes our day a very pleasant and smooth. There are 9 different ways we can attach ourselves to the Lord. That is called Navdha Bhakti, and we went through last time. The second way is Japa Mala. We all have mala at home. It has 108 beads, and we pick one of the mantras, and we do anything between 1 to 20 malas every single day, as much time we have. And Upasana is Dhyanam. But that Dhyanam or meditation or Upasana is on a Lord with Nama Rupa. We can have our own Ishtadevata, and we should have one Ishtadevata. We should have the Lord which we are comfortable with, and that becomes our Ishtadevata, and that makes our Upasana smoother, nicer, easier. So that is Bhakti Yoga. Now, once we have these two, then only we can do Jnana Yoga. We can do all three simultaneously, but Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga is absolutely necessary to be successful in the Jnana. Now, why do we have to do the Jnana? Because that is very difficult. It includes Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, but let's talk about a little bit. Jnana Yoga means to know what is Atma and to understand that I am not this physical body, but I am the Atma. The books that we have in Hindu scriptures, they are all written in Sanskrit. They are very, very difficult books. We can learn, and that's what we started to do. Next time when we start Triktrishya Viveka, you will realize that it is interesting and we will like it and we will love it, and some people really get hooked too. But it's not easy to understand. So we really have to pay attention to understand. All that is called Shravanam. So Shravanam is gathering the information about Atma or Brahman. Brahman is Atman, Atman is Brahman. When we go in detail, then we will understand that there are different words we use at different times, but we mean in simple word Bhagwan. So Shravanam means gathering information. The commonest way is reading the books. When we read Bhagavad Gita, or we read Puranas, or we read small beginners books, and all of that with the idea that I want to know more about Brahman, more about Atma. And more we read, more and more we understand, and that understanding is absolutely necessary. So we started understanding Atman, and that is called Shravanam. But it will take much longer time and many books for us to really digest, understand thoroughly what Atma is. Now, Mananam is the next step. So Mananam is reflection. So once we, even when we were in high school and college and everything, so we studied, then we sit down and we reflect on it, we think about it again and again until we digest exactly what it is. And every single time we did it in our past, that no matter what we want to understand, we have to then think about it again and again, because sometimes we have some doubts. We read certain things, but it doesn't mean we agree 100% that what we read, or we remember, we don't. So if we reflect on what we read or what we understood, that process is mananam. The last is nididhyasanam. It is a very fancy word, it's a Sanskrit word, but all it means is meditation. And we have been doing meditation for a very, very long time. But we don't continuously do that. There are two common ways of meditation. And Yoga Shastra is different from the scriptural meditation. There are times meditation or the yoga is done only to calm the mind. And that is routinely done everywhere in all our meditation classes. This is scriptural meditation. The difference between Vedantic meditation and yogic meditation is that Vedantic meditation can be done with the open eyes, can be done 24 hours a day, can be done while we are driving, can be done when we go for jogging, or when we are walking, or when we are cooking, or when we are watching TV. No matter what we do, we can keep thinking about Brahman. And that is Vedantic meditation. In the beginning, we all start meditation by doing it in a certain location, sitting in a certain position, having a total relaxation, going through in our mind everything we learned in Shravanam and Mananam. Before we do the meditation, we already know what Brahman is, what Atma is. We can't do meditation unless we went through Shravanam and Mananam. Before we finish the meditation, start the meditation, we must know Atma theoretically very well. We cannot do the meditation. So to do the meditation, Shravanam is necessary. So what we must do is that we don't have to rush about the meditation, learn and start doing it. If we are learning meditation just to calm the mind, we can do any day, any time. But if we are doing Vedantic meditation, then Shravanam and Mananam is absolutely necessary. We have to know what Atma is, and we have to remove all our doubts about the Atman. So the last step is meditation. We will go through eventually the details of all the 3 steps. Now, when we begin meditation, it is with the Lord's Nama Rupa. Like, let's say we start meditation with Krishna or Ram or Devi or whatever Ishta Devata, Shiva, whatever Ishta Devata we have, we start meditation with Nama Rupa. We continue to have or chant the name of the Lord, and in between we have a silence. We make that silence longer and longer and longer. And the final and the last step is that really there is no thought or thoughtless period while we are doing the meditation. That is the last step. And we all are hoping that we all will reach that state. And once we reach that state, that means that we have total abidance or total agreement about us, who we are. And that state of mind is called moksha. So, what is our routine problem? How do we get there? Well, there is something called erroneous notion. That means we understood certain things wrongly from the very beginning. We understood 2 things wrongly. What is that? First is, I am this body. Every one of us understand I am this body. If somebody asks me, who are you? I will say, I'm Jatin. Somebody will ask me, who is she? I will say, she's Lakshmi. All we know is that I am this person. And this person means this body. But when we say, I am Jatin, I am this body, do we really mean that? Or is it the real meaning? Let's think a little bit more about it. I had a different life. In previous birth, I was a different person. I don't know if I was a man or a woman. I don't know if I was a human or animal. And my body is 100% not the same as this body which I have today. And then in life before that, I had a different body. And the life before that, I had a different body. And this time, I have this body. And next life, I will have a different body. So how can I be this body? I am something subtler than this gross body. this gross body will disappear one day. I will leave this body. And then I is something different from this body, which is not easy to accept or understand. But eventually, when we read through many Vedantic books, we will understand that I took this body for a very short period of time, maybe 70, 80, 90 years, whatever it is, maybe 100. But in the past, if we see Brahmaji's one day is 4.3 billion years, compared to Brahmaji's one day, my 70, 80, 90 years of life is nothing. It's an extremely short life. So I took the birth in this body, but this body is not I. Even though I routinely tell this is my body, I am Jatin, I am this body, I own this house, I own this car, these are my children, and so on. So our biggest understanding is I am this body. So what is the truth? The truth is I am Jivatma. And eventually we will learn that Jivatma is the same as Atma, is the same as Brahman. There is an aikyam between these three. Eventually we will know that. So even when we unknowingly speak correctly, that when somebody passed away, we say in Hindi or English or in any other language too, that Jeev chala gaya. That means what? This body's Jiva is gone out of the body now. That's why this body is now good for nothing and cannot be said living. It's a dead body. So what is the difference between a living body and the dead body? One thing is missing. What is that? Jiva. What is that Jiva? Mind. The only thing left from the body is mind. And that mind, together with Atman, keeps taking entry into different bodies and different lives again and again and again. So the truth is, I am the Jivatma. Jivatma is Atman. I am the Atman. That is the truth. And misunderstanding is, I am the body. That is a misunderstanding. The second biggest misunderstanding is, this world is real. And if I say that is incorrect, 100% you will laugh at me. That how can this world not be real? This world is real. I can see, I can touch, I can eat the fruit, I can walk on the road, I can drive the car, I live in my house. This world is real. Well, there are two words, R-E-A-L, real, and R-E-A-L, real. Well, I spelled exactly the same way. But there is a difference between real and real. The real with a small r is called matter of fact. That I live in this house is real with a small r. This is my wife is real with a small r. And this is my cell phone, this is my kitchen, this is my living room, this is my car, these are my children. Everything is real, but with a small r. So what is the one with capital R? Well, in Vedanta and in scriptures and in Bhagavad Gita and in Vedas and in Brahma Sutras and in all Hindu literature, real with R capital, R-E-A-L, reality is Bhagwan, is Parmeshwar, is Atman, is Brahman. That is called real. Real is that which never changes. If we think hard, when we say it is true, what is true? True is that which never changes. Otherwise, it is untrue. If I'm holding a bill of $20 and if it becomes $1, it is untrue. $20 bill is $20 bill forever, in the past, now, and in the future. So Vedantic real, R-E-A-L with R capital, means that which never changes is called real. And what is it that never changes? There is only one thing which never changes, that is Bhagavan. Atman, Brahman, that never changes. Everything else changes. Our body changes every minute. The road changes, the tree changes, the mountain changes, the earth changes, the animals change, our possessions change, our wealth changes, our children change, they grow bigger, older. So everything changes, but the one which does not change is called real with R capital. That real is Bhagwan, is Brahman. So these two things, anybody who understands and digests and put into practice, or a real proper word is abide or assimilate in our life, that person is now called a knowledgeable person, or he got moksha, or he got realization, or he got nirvana, realized. Now, liberated person, all of these 6 words are similar, same thing, there is no difference. And that person in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes as Sthita Prajna, and that moksha or Jivan Mukti eventually becomes Videha Mukti. In other words, after death, we merge into Brahman, and while we are alive, we behave like Brahman. That state of mind is called moksha. That is the 4th Purushartha we are looking for. That is, we all will get one day. It just, we don't know when. It could be soon, it could be after 10, 20, 30 years, or it could be in the next life. But every one of us have to get the moksha sometime in our life, this or the next. And that is the goal of life. That is the Purushartha. We must get there. If we don't get there, then we are called sansari. What is sansari? Is the one who takes the birth in this sansar again and again and again and again. So we keep taking the birth again and again until we get the moksha. And Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita again very clearly, 100% of us are capable of getting the moksha in this life. We just have to try. And that's what we are going to be learning in near future. That if we try, we are capable of getting the moksha in this life. And we will try our level best. So the next slide will show that one who has reached a state of mind which is called moksha, what is the difference between that person and us? So is that person becomes a different person? No. Does it look like us? Yes. Is there any change in a person? No. Is there any glow on the forehead or around the head? No. Does he walk differently? No. Does he talk differently? No. Does he eat differently? No. Does he sleep differently? No. That person is just like you and me. The only difference is his mind has now changed. He understood that he is not a person in this body, what we call I. In Sanskrit, it is called small I. But now he has become a capital I. That means he has become realized, he understood that he is as pure as Atman. He is the Atman. His ignorance is gone. He did not gain any different thing in his life. He's the same person as he was before he got the moksha. But now his mind thinks differently. And he's no more into the material desires. I want a bigger house. I want a better car. I want better clothes. I want more jewelry. I want more luxury. All that material life, need, wants, those material wants will disappear from his mind. He doesn't desire material pleasure anymore because that's not the pleasure. He is naturally blissful at all time. Not only he's smiling, he makes everybody else smile. And he is a happy person all the time. The definition of Atma is Sat Chit Ananda. That Ananda is bliss. And his nature has now changed. And he's blissful at all time. So he doesn't need more material to be blissful. His sorrow is transient. Can he get pneumonia? Sure, he can get pneumonia. Can he get sick? Sure, he can get sick. Is he going to die one day? Sure, he will. What if he falls down? Will it hurt in his knee or ankle? Yes. But that pain will be very, very transient. So all our agonies, all our disturbances of mind will become short-lasting, not intense, and less frequent. So that state of mind is called moksha, or he got Jivan Mukti. See, right now, the way we behave is such that every time something happens, we shout, "What? Is that true? Did the stock market fall? Or somebody's house burnt down? Or somebody got fractures or cancer or heart attack or pneumonia?" Everything is a problem to us. So we shout, "What?" Now the person who got the Jivan Mukti, that what becomes so what? So what? It doesn't matter. Everything is possible, can happen in mine and your life. But that should not disturb our mind. So what becomes so what? That state of mind is an incredibly beautiful state of mind. It keeps us happy at all times. That is what we are looking for, the fourth Purusharth, moksha. And to get there, we have to practice all three, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. And when we begin the next book, it will be the beginning of our understanding what Atma is. And that's what we plan to do from next time onwards. Now, I don't have that slide, but in different books at different times, you might have heard another yoga, and which is also very, very popular. We went through 3 of them, and only the touch of it, only the introduction of this Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Though another very popular yoga is called Ashtanga Yoga. It's the same as Raja Yoga. It's the same as Patanjali Yoga. And that is described in many, many, many books. I wish I had the slide, but at least I can talk without the slide. And I think most of you will be easy. It's not difficult to understand. Ashtanga Yoga means it has 8 steps, 8 limbs. What are those 8 limbs? I will describe in brief. First is called Yama. Yama includes the 3 common we know all the time, that Hinduism is based on 3 legs, which is Satya, Ahimsa, and Brahmacharya. So Yama includes Satya, that means always tell the truth. That means it is something which we have thought over, which we have intellectually decided that this is the right thing to do in my life. This is the right thing that I believe in. That is called Satya. It does not change. It remains the same at all times because we already have thought over it. And then we have decided that this is the way it is. That is Satya. Unchanging truth is Satya. Ahimsa is not killing or hurting other people. Now, that includes everything. Ahimsa includes not hurting other people, other men, other women, not hurting other animals, not hurting even the environment. So not, and we, the biggest hurting is not punching somebody or beating up somebody. Biggest hurting is mental hurting. That we hurt somebody's feeling and we do it without thinking hard at all. Unfortunately, we do it to the people whom we love the most. And we insult or we say bad words left and right. So we must remember that we shouldn't hurt somebody's feeling. That is ahimsa. Third is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means, we commonly understand that is the absence of lust. That's not it. That's not enough. It's a part of it. Control of all the senses is brahmacharya. We have to control our mind. Don't think wrong things. We have to control our eyes. Don't watch or see improper things. We have to watch our ears. Don't listen to the gossip or the things which are not good in life. It turns, anything which turns our mind away from the Lord, we shouldn't be doing. So seeing, hearing, tasting, eating, talking, anything which is taking us away from the Lord, we don't do. Smell, we don't have much control, but touch, we do have a control. Don't touch wrong people, wrong places at any time. So all of that total control is called brahmacharya. The fourth is asteya. Stealing, cheating, not even the government, not even the IRS, We cheat nobody. We steal from nobody anything. Even if we go to the bank, we just don't pick up the pen and put in our pocket. If you want it, you can ask. We just can't see the food and put in the mouth. It's not our food. Unless it becomes ours, we cannot put it in our mouth. So asteya. And the last is aparigraha. Do not collect things we don't need. We have very bad habits, especially in America. We all have the basement, and anything and everything goes into the basement. We don't throw away anything. A lot of people have a habit, even the old papers and the nail and some unnecessary things, we keep collecting, keep collecting. We shouldn't be collecting the things we don't need or we don't need immediately. One of the things that includes is also do not accept any large gift from anybody ever. In other words, if a friend or if a colleague or if a salesman or somebody we deal with in our business, and if he comes and gives us a gift which is $1,000, and he just gives you, oh, I love you, I want to give you this gift. Well, please do not accept. That is not a gift. That is called a bribe. That sooner or later, not only we are obliged to that person for accepting such a large gift, sooner or later we will have to return that. And sometimes those favors are really papa. So we got to watch out. Do not accept large gift from anybody. So yama includes satya, ahimsa, brahmacharya, asteya, no cheating, no stealing, aparigraha, don't collect, niyama, that we have to develop those habits. What are those? Shaucha, cleanliness, inside and outside. We have to be clean from our mind and think right. And we have to be clean from outside and wear decent, clean clothes. It doesn't have to be expensive clothes. So keep our body clean, keep our house clean, keep our places of work clean, keep our car clean, keep everything clean, shaucha. Santosh means satisfaction, contentment. That we have to have some contentment in our life. If not, we keep running after different things all throughout the life for no reason and live everything in this world for somebody else and live this world. I mean, we can't carry anything with us. So why run after the things non-stop? Satisfaction, contentment is santosh. Swadhyaya. It's a very good habit that keep some time for scriptural reading every single day. Half an hour, 1 hour, in the morning, in the evening, whatever is convenient time, but have some reading, some kind of, maybe 2 slokas of Bhagavad Gita is enough, but start reading something which is scriptural book, and that is very useful. Tapas. We all do some kind of tapas, like let's say if we do Ekadashi and doesn't eat on 11th day of every 2-week cycle, that is tapas too. We don't eat on Mondays, that is tapas too. We control ourselves that on Friday I cannot eat this sweet food or sour food or whatever. All of these are tapas in a short, small way, but eventually it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So tapas and surrender to the Lord, that is pranidhana, that is extremely important. That every single action we do, we have to have surrendering attitude to the Lord, that I am doing because I am surrendering to the Lord. The third of Ashtanga Yoga, one is niyama, one is yama, one is asana. That is a regular yoga. We know yoga very well. So all different position of asana is the third one. Fourth is pranayama. Pranayam, we know pranayam, breathing exercise. Actually, breathing exercise are very, very, very good. The reason is breathing is connected to our mind. So if we are upset, we automatically breathe faster. If we are in shock, we stop breathing. Breathing and mind, they are connected. And with breathing exercise, we can definitely make our mind very calm and cool. So pranayam is very important. Then pratyahara. That means withdrawal from outside. It is also in other places described as uparati, completely calm mind. Mind shouldn't be running around everywhere. So withdraw from all the senses is called pratyahara. And the last three are different levels of dhyanam or meditation. Dharana is focusing the mind. Dhyana is meditation. And an extended period of dhyana with lack of thoughts is called samadhi. So the highest level is samadhi. So all these 8 things are included in Patanjali Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga or Raja Yoga, which is described in other books very well. It's not described in this particular fashion in Bhagavad Gita, but in other books it does describe Ashtanga Yoga very well. And Ashtanga Yoga is actually a combination of all of the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Everything is included in Ashtanga Yoga. It's a totality. It's a science by itself, and it's a total science. So that is the fourth of important yoga: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And we talked about moksha or realization. So this is basically the introduction of Vedanta. So what we will be doing later on is we pick one item at a time and we talk about it in greater detail to make us understand what each one of the item means, and more thorough and detailed knowledge of scriptures. We Hindus have incredible scriptures. I don't think any of the religion has the number of books and the scriptures that we have. And eventually we will discuss and we'll figure it out that the thought that the rishis put in these scriptures is so deep. It's so calming, it's so beautiful. Sometimes I wonder they probably have 500 IQ. You know, it's just amazing what they thought in those days. And the scriptures don't change. Whatever is written in Vedas remain the same forever. Whatever is written in Bhagavad Gita remains the same forever. The commentary changes. The mantras don't change. It's the same mantras 1,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago that we talk about today. There's nothing different about the mantras. But the commentary is different depending upon how the things are in the world today and how one person is different from another person. One teacher is different from another teacher. So the commentaries are different, but the mantras do not change. And we will notice that, we will do that. We should have question answers. So whatever is in your mind which is confusing, please go ahead and ask. We have 10 more minutes. I will always keep some time for question answer. Then at exact 7:30 we close, but after that I will sit for a little more time. If somebody wants to ask more questions after we finish the hour, that's perfectly fine with me. I am retired, jobless. Nothing else to do in my life. So I'll sit here and answer your questions. So please go ahead. We'll stop here right now. We got only 10 more minutes of question answers. So please ask.
Okay, I will go first.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Namaste, this is Raj Bella. I'm going to keep my video on off right now. I'm saying Namaste. Thank you for the presentation. I have first of all, it's just an information for everybody. आपने तपस्या का मतलब समझाया, बहुत अच्छा समझाया. उसके लिए है, I'm just sharing my knowledge. Okay? तपस को उसने डिफाइन किया है महर्षि व्यास ने इन योग दर्शनम में. वैसे तो महर्षि पतंजलि की लिखी हुई है, लेकिन व्यास जी ने उसका मतलब सूत्र के बताए हैं. तो उसने तपस का मतलब बताया है द्वंद्व सहनम. द्वंद्व सहनम means to bear a pair of opposites. जैसे सुख और दुख को बर्दाश्त करना. This is also called तपस्या. गर्मी और सर्दी को बर्दाश्त करना तपस्या. Should not say कि this weather is too cold and I'm not worshiping the Lord today, or it is too hot. No, you worship. Unless you are really sick and you can sit down, you do meditate, that's fine. But that is also tapasya. अमीरी और गरीबी को बर्दाश्त करना, rich and poor. So those pair of opposites, that is also known as tapasya. This is for information sake to everybody, okay? Now, I have a question for you. I did not understand, and maybe you will cover this in more detail in your next lectures. Do you regard soul as same as Brahman, or do you think it is a part of Brahman which has somehow separated from him? Like, is it an ansh of Paramatma, or is it the same as Brahman? This is the question I have.
Yeah, so there are 3 levels of understanding. Now we are going much deeper, and some people will kind of get more confused, but I want you to understand. So the first level of understanding is that eventually, very soon, we will learn that Atma is not my physical body.
That I know. That
Atma, I know. No, I'm answering. It's much more I'm saying right now. Atma is not pranas. Pranas means we have 5 pranas: prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana, and Atma is not there.
Actually, there are 10 pranas, not 5. There are 5 more. Those called al pranas. They also have names.
Yeah, let's keep moving. So
but these are called mukhya prana. 5 are
mukhya. These are called kosas. Yeah. So first thing is annamaya kosa is not Atma. Pranamaya kosa is not Atma.
Yeah.
Then mind is not Atma. Then intellect, the intellect is not Atma. The 5th layer is ajnan or ignorance, that is not Atma. So the one which is subtlest of all is called Atma. Now, there are definite detailed definition that what is it? It is that which gives us life. It is that which is everywhere in the universe. It is that which is not limited to this physical body. And it is that which does not die even when the body dies. That is called Atma. Now, this is one level of understanding. Eventually, when we study more and more and more depth, then we will understand that Atma is everywhere. So Atma word is used, or Brahman word is used, which is everywhere, because then there is a Prakriti and there is energy. So that Purusha or energy is also Atma, and Prakriti is also Atma. That means Atma is in cat, in dog, in other people, in trees, in plants, and not even in the inert objects also have Atma. So that is the second level of understanding. And the third level of understanding is, which all our Upanishads teachers, Bhagavad Gita teachers, and Mahavakyas which come from each one of the Vedas, each one of prove only one thing. And what is that? Brahman is the same as Atman, is the same as Jivatma. So Jivatma is my mind, my intellect, and combined with the Atma gives me life, and all three of them are identical. But this is the highest level of thinking, and we rather not go there right now. But eventually, when we learn more and more scriptures, we will get there, that I am the universe. I am the Ganga river. I am the Himalayas. And I am the whole universe, because I am the Brahman. But that is the highest level of thinking which is described in the Upanishads. So I just kind of purposely avoided not to talk about it in detail, because it will confuse us more than help us understanding. But you asked a specific question, so I kind of wanted to answer. Okay.
I am going to read to you and everybody. Again, don't take it personally. I'm sharing my knowledge with everyone. Not only you, with everyone. I'm going to read you some words from Vedas. I have studied Vedas, all of them, except a small portion of Atharvaveda. All of them have studied them. And some of the mantra I have studied them twice and thrice also. So this mantra is found in Rig Veda and Yajurveda. Yajurveda 7-31. And is also found in Rig Veda 10:82-7. And mantras, these are short mantras. It's not going to take 1 hour. And it says, हे जीवो, तम ना विदात, तुम उस परमात्मा को नहीं जानते हो. यह मीन जो इमा जज्ञान इन समस्त लोगों को उत्पन्न करता है. So this can also be can be put as a question like this. क्या हे जीवो, क्या तुम उस परमात्मा को जानना नहीं चाहते हो क्या, जो इन समस्त लोगों को उत्पन्न करता है. And the next line is तथा जो युष्माकम अंतरम, जो तुम सबके अंदर है. बाहर भी है लेकिन ये they want to tell you that वो तुम सबके अंदर है. And the next word is very important. अन्यथा, तुम्हारी आत्मा से भिन्न बभूवा विद्यमान है. He is there within you, but separately from your atma. Now I keep going to the second one. Second one is Vedanta Darshan, written by Maharishi Vyas, which I have also studied completely. And this is 1-2-22. And here the word uses itrau. Itrau in Sanskrit means two different items. The meaning here of this mantra, this sutra is, these are called sutras, because mantra is reserved for Vedas, not for anything else. This is sutra from Vedanta Darshan. It says, विशेषण अर्थात विशेष गुण और भेद के कथन होने से ब्रह्म से, जिसको आप ब्रह्मण बोल रहे हैं, ब्रह्मण से भिन्न दो अन्य पदार्थ हैं. इतना ही दिया उसने. He mentioned there are two other separate things that are different from Brahman. And then they explain this is Prakriti and Jivatma they are talking about. And they have given some also gun, what are the guns that he is different from, you know. And there are several of them. You know, he's Sarvagya hai, he's all knowledgeable, Sarvyapak hai. Asna Viram hai. Asna Viram means nas nadi ke bandhan mein nahi aata hai, like we Jivatmas do. Shuddham hai, paap rahit hai, Svayambhu hai. Panch Mahabhuton ka nirman karta hai.
I hate to interrupt, and this is very interesting. And
okay, one more.
I just want to make sure that everybody has time to ask questions. So I really apologize for interrupting. Please don't mind. But I just want to make sure there are a lot of people here today in our group, and I just want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to ask a question. There
10
is
seconds.
a request.
10 seconds, please. 10 seconds.
Bhavnavan, can I talk now? I have a 30 seconds. I want to give my comment for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is that? Who is this?
Pankaj, this is Pankaj.
Bolo Pankaj.
Dr. Kapadia, when you say, I don't have a job and I have nothing to do, I know you very well. I know you are a highly accomplished physician and you have a deep knowledge of Upanishad and Veda. I have a very little to zero knowledge. So when you say something, it sinks very quickly in my mind and my wife's mind, and we try to implement that in our life. So thank you so much. That is my comment. I really not enjoy it, but I really listen to you and try to implement in my life. That is very good. I bow down.
Thank you.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Kapadia, there was a request from one attendee. They would like to see part of your screen sharing, slide number 13 again, if that is possible. And she says,
I will go through the slides and you tell me which one.
This is the one.
It was a continuation of Karma Yoga. It was slide number 13, I think.
This is.
Yeah. This is the Karma Yoga slide number 13, correct?
Yes.
No, Karma principle. You want Karma Yoga? No, wait.
Maybe you could do 12, 13, 14.
Let me tell you a little bit quickly.
Okay.
This slide is about Karma Yoga. And what the next slide is, put this one.
The principle.
This is called principle of karma.
Yeah.
Or this is the law of karma. Law of karma is different from karma yoga. Law of karma means that whatever is happening to us, which is called prarabdha karma, it depends upon our sanchita karma. That means whatever pap and punya that we have done in the past, in this life, and in all past lives, when it fructifies as prarabdha karma in this life, that is called principle or karma yoga, principle of karma or law of karma, and that is this slide. This is different from the previous slide.
Right.
Principle of karma includes sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and agami karma. And
can you show it, please? Can you bring it? Can you share it with us?
Okay, I will make it short though.
Yeah,
whatever happens in, can you read this?
No, you're not sharing it.
Okay, just give me a second, please. Give me a second. Okay, now you will be able to. Okay, can you see now?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
So let me take only 2 minutes on this slide, okay? That all of our karmas that we did in this life and in the past lives, all of that lumped together is called sanchita karma. Every single action, the result of which is depending upon our punya and pap in our past. So even if we do a job very well, sometimes the result is not correct. The result is not what we expected. That is because Bhagavan gives us the result of our action. And that result depends upon our pap and punya in the past. So if our part is full of papa, then we are going to have the suffering in this life. If our part is full of punya, then our life is going to be pleasant and happy in our life. So what we get is what we did in the past. They describe as simply as you get what you sow. जैसा बीज
ऐसा करोगे वैसा भरोगे.
बीज हाँ ऐसा पाओगे. That's इसका मतलब ये हुआ था. That is what it means. So in other words, this is all the law of karma, which is different from principle from karma yoga. Karma yoga is our action that we do, which gives us calmness, which gives us the removal of our mala in our life. That is called law of karma yoga, and this is principle of karma. This takes some time to explain in detail, but all it means is that if you do bad things, bad will happen to you. If you do good things, good will happen to you. If you do more punya, you will be happy in the future. If you do more papa, you will be unhappy in the future, because the fructification of papa and punya is happiness and sadness depending upon what you have in abundance in your pocket. This is the law of karma. It's completely different, and we can spend quite some time on it. But in short, you get what you deserve.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
So we will now close the class, but after that I will be sitting here if you have more questions. So if you are recording, you can stop recording soon after this.
Okay.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So the next session will be the new book, which will begin on 10th of September, and it will be every Thursday until we finish the book. If there is a change for some good reason, we will let you know in advance, and every single class we will send you the WhatsApp or the email, one of the two. All right, please, if you have any more questions, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Kapadia. It was very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You explain it very clearly.
You really explained us so beautifully. Thank you.
You can actually stop sharing the screen now. So, okay, there we go. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
If anybody has a last question, please go ahead. And
all right. Well, actually, you have my number, and anytime for any reason you have to call me, please go ahead. I'll be happy to answer your questions, or we can go longer if necessary, if it is acceptable to you all. My next Zoom session will be on chapter 3rd, Bhagavad Gita, evening of the 1st and 15th of September. 1st and 15th of September, these 2 evenings, Bhagavad Gita, between 8 and 9 p.m. So I will give that information to all of you in future. And 1 or 2 days before every class, I will send the WhatsApp to every one of you. Thank you very much. And Hari Om. And we'll
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
डॉक्टर कपाड़िया वो 3rd आता है थर्सडे, तो 1st तो ट्यूसडे आता है
जी वो
but that
Durga temple.
So we are not.
We will not start on that day. I know it is 3rd, but we will start on 10th. We usually take 2 weeks off,
right,
at the end of the year, and now this is kind of the end of the year and the beginning of the next year academic. But on 3rd, I will not be here. So we will begin the new book on 10th.
Okay. तो मैं आपको टेक्स्ट करूंगा, हमें 2 बुक्स चाहिए, तो आपको टेक्स्ट करूंगा.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thank you. And
so,
thank you so much. Thank you. So this session has been recorded, and it is also live streaming on Facebook. So if you miss certain parts, or if you wanted to revisit some parts, you can always catch it there. We will be posting the recording on our temple YouTube channel as well. So it will be permanently residing there as well. So, you can always, if you feel confused a little bit after a few days, and when after thinking about it, you can always go back and and review what Dr. Kapadia has shared in his sessions so far. So thank you very much. Namaste, Dr.
Thanks again. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.
आप सब तन मन धन से सुखी रहे, यही भगवान के चरण कमलों में मेरी प्रार्थना है। तो इसी के साथ हम आज की सुबह समाप्त करते हैं।
Thank you, Arun ji.
Hari
Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, Bhavna ji. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you, Chandra ji. अरुण जी, आपको कोई लास्ट मिनट अनाउंसमेंट है तो बता दीजिए।
नहीं, वो बता दिया हमने ऑलरेडी। नेक्स्ट क्या प्रोग्राम है हमारे।
ऑल राइट, ओके।
पंकज भाई,
हाँ जी,
તમારો ચેક મળી ગયો છે। થેન્ક યુ।
Thank you. Bhavna ji and Arun bhai, you guys are doing very good and recording and putting it on the YouTube and the whole thing. I have no words. You guys are doing an outstanding job. Thank you so much.
Without the support of the community, we can't do anything. So we all in there together.
Yeah.
We'll just want to make sure that the people enjoy this and they come to the temple and we pray together. People
Absolutely.
stay together, stay together.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj bhai.
Thank you.
Rekha Bain ko my regards.
Rekha is right here. She's sitting right here.
Namaste, namaste. I was listening.
कैसे रेखा बहन?
बस ऑलराइट। आप कैसे हैं आप?
बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे।
आपका भजन सुना था ट्यूसडे को, अच्छा बढ़िया गाया था।
नहीं, उस दिन गला मेरा बहुत खराब हो रहा था, मालूम नहीं क्या हुआ।
नहीं वो लेकिन बढ़िया था, अच्छा था। हम हमारा मन पसंद था वो भजन।
I know.
या थैंक यू। अरे उषा जी ठीक है ना?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
हाँ अच्छा, हाँ जी।
बहन चली गई नहीं?
हाँ,
नहीं, हम तृप्ति बहन को देख रहे थे, मेरा ख्याल चली गई तृप्ति बहन। ठीक है भावना जी।
Okay, namaste. Thank you. People are just sharing their emails with me, so I'm just writing it down. So okay. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe. It's going to be very thunderstormy and rainy weather tomorrow, so stay out and stay in as much as possible. And we'll see you back here again next week. Don't forget, we have our Hanuman Chalisa on Tuesday. So we'll see you then. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.